Hi guys, so I'm just going to go over the law of exponents with you. So this is all about indices, and when you have an expression such as x to the power of minus n as a fraction, this would be, so there's 1x, there's 1, so it's 1x plus n, that turns into a plus. So you got one of those x's, so it's 1 over x n. Let's try another one. So 2 to the power of minus 3. There's only 1, 2, so 1 over 2, this turns into a plus, to the power of 3. And this is basically the same as, so 2 to the power of 3. 2 times 2 times 2. So this now becomes, so 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. So this now becomes 1 over 8. Okay, so basically this equals 1 over 8. There you go. That's it. So we already know that 2 to the power of 4 means, this means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So this equals 16. It's a short way of saying 16. Okay, so now when you're dealing with fractional powers, so for example 4 to the power of 1/2, you have to do the square root of 4, okay? So 4, square root of 4 is 2, because 2 squared equals 2 times 2, which equals 4. So that's how you do the fractional powers. Okay, and then let's say you've got a third, so you've got 8 to the power of 1/3. This is the same as the cube root, should be 3 up here, cube root of 8, which basically means whatever, something times something times something, 1, 2, 3 equals 8. So I know that 2 times 2 equals 4 times 2 equals 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. So that answer equals 2. Okay, another example. So we've got 64 to the 1/3 power. So we're going to do the cube root of 64. So something times something times something, 1, 2, 3 equals 64. So I know that 8 times 8 equals 64, but that's only 2 numbers. So I want to try and half 8. So I'll get 4. Let me see if 4 times 4 times 4 will give me the answer. So 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 4 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So I'm right, 64. So the answer is going to be 4. And 4 as a fraction is 4 over 1. Yeah. Alright, let's try the next one. So let's say it says 125 to the power of 2 over 3. Okay, it's the exact same thing that you did before. You're going to cube 125, but this you're going to change to 1. So you're going to change the power to 1/3. Okay, so it's going to end up being 125 to the power of 1/3. And what the question is going to end up being is 125 cubed, brackets, and you're going to put the 2 here to the power of 2. So whatever this is, to the power of 2. So squared, basically. So 3 cubed, so something times something times something equals 125. I'm going to go for 5, so I'm going to say 5 times 5 times 5. So 5 times 5 is 25 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 2, it's 12. 125. So the cube root of 125 is 5. But we have to make sure we square it. So it was 5 squared. And 5 squared is 5 times 5, which equals 25. So the answer is 25. And 25 as a fraction is 25 over 1. So there you go. Let's try a few more. So let's try 81 to the power of 3 over 4. So same thing, we're going to change this into 81 to the power of 1/4. But we're going to put this to the power of 3. So whatever that is, we're going to cube it afterwards. So this becomes, let's just do arrows, it's easier. So 4 it's something times something times something times something. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 yeah, something times something times something times something times something equals 81. So I'm gonna try 3 because I know that 9 times 9 is 81. So if I split these off, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 3 is 9. Yeah, so it's going to be 3. So, and remember that this is to the power of 3. So, this is going to be 3 to the power of 3 is 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27. So the answer is 27. 27 as a fraction is 27 over 1. And that's your answer. Boom. Yeah, 1 to the power of 4 over 3. A secret, anything to the power of 1 is 1. Okay? So I could tell you this is 1 anyway, but let's do the method anyway, just to show you that it works. So we're cubing it. So it's going to be the cube root of 1 to the power of 4. So we know that something times something times something needs to equal 1. 1, 2, 3. Well, I know that 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. So the answer is going to be 1 to the cube root of 4, which is the same as 1 times 1 times 1 times 1, which equals 1. So that is that. 1 as a fraction is 1 over 1. Alright, let's try one last one. 9 to the power of minus 1/2. Okay, so we've got 1 9, so that's going to be 1 on top. With 9 to the power of, this becomes a plus to the power of 1/2. Okay, and essentially this is asking us to do 1 the square root of 9. 1 to the square root of 9, which equals, so 3 times 3. So something times something, 1, 2, equals 9, and that's 3. So that's 3. So this as a fraction is going to be 1 over 3. And we have a little plus minus to show that it can go either way.